Hey, this is Kendra with Technology Interpreters, and so today we're going to be taking on Hack the Box SQL. If you're a beginner, don't stress, don't worry about it. I'm going to walk you through this step by step so you will be able to complete this exercise. And if you have any trouble, leave comments and I'll respond to those comments to help you to complete it. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to need to make sure we note the IP address, and we're going to run our Nmap scan. So let's consider this is part of what they call the reconnaissance phase, which means that we don't have any access to the person or whoever or device we're attacking. And so we want to run a command to kind of identify what's available from the outside world. Or if you're inside the network, sometimes attacks take place inside the network. Either way, this command is going to run, it's going to interrogate the target to identify what's available. So sudo means that we're using root permission. Nmap stands for network mapper. This is the tool that we're using to be able to run the scan against the device and to identify what's running on it that we can possibly exploit. The -sc command stands for default scripts. It runs a combination of scripts within inside Nmap. It's considered very intrusive, which means it's noisy. So if you're actually hacking, typically you don't want to get detected. And by running this sc command, it does a lot of things that can easily be detected. So that's why they call it intrusive and noisy and could break things. So you really don't want to run any of this. By the way, disclaimer, do not attack, use Hack the Box or places where it's safe to hack. Do not attack your neighbors. Do not attack their Wi-Fi, etc. That is illegal federal crimes. You can go to jail. And then -sv, that's going to give us the version of the software. So once we run the scan, it's going to come back and it's going to say, okay, there's a database or a web server or something here, and here's the actual version of it. Because in order to be able to be effective at hacking, you have to identify the version of the software, and that allows you to determine which exploit you're going to use to attack it. And then here's the IP address. So let's go ahead and start the scan. Enter Cali for our password. So we run this at root or administrator credentials at this point, and this will take just a second. So our Nmap scan is finally finished, and so it took about 5 minutes. But what it's identified, if we go to the top, is that port 3306 is open, and it's MySQL. It says MySQL question mark. But then the -sv command gives us the actual version of it. So 5.5.5.10.3.10.3.27, which is MariaDB. So now that we have this information, we can use this to start our next phase, which you're going to actually start the attack. But before we can start the attack, we need to get our tools. So I'm going to go ahead and paste the command here. Let's break this down. Of course, we know that's sudo's to grant us root privileges or administrative privileges. apt update is going to update different software on our computer, software components that are on our computer that may need to be updated. Okay, so think of software as multiple components, and these components can tend to get out of date. And that being the case, if we run a command, they can fail. So you always want to really get in the habit of updating your Linux boxes by doing an apt update, apt upgrade command periodically to make sure that you have the latest components of the software installed. And then and allows us to run a second command all on one line, and we're going to sudo apt install MySQL, and they put the asterisk on the end of it because MySQL is not just, it has multiple components. It may be MySQL dash this, MySQL dash that. And so in order to make sure that we get all components of it, we put an asterisk and it installs all of it. Very smart how Linux does that. Let's start the process. All right, you're going to be prompted at this point to install additional components because it requires additional disk space. Choose yes, and you can do a lowercase y here. It says capital, but lowercase works fine. And it's going to install the remaining components. So now we officially have MySQL installed. We're going to run a command to just kind of get the syntax, to get what we can use with this command. And you want to do MySQL, and we can do a dash help. All right, so that gives us all the different possible commands that we can run within MySQL. And as you can see, it's pretty extensive, but there's only a few that we're going to focus on. The -h is to connect the host. -u is to specify which username we want to use when connecting to the database. And then also -p is up here for, we can specify a password, but we won't be using that one in this exercise. So the next phase, we're going to actually run the command, and we're going to interrogate the box. And if everything works correctly, we'll actually get a connection directly to the database, which is pretty cool. All right, so Control-Shift-V. So MySQL -h, which is the host or the computer we're going to connect to. space minus U for the user, and we're going to use root. And notice there's no minus P. So we're connecting with root and no password for this exercise. Now I'm going to let this run. I know this doesn't take but a second because I want you to see the entire thing. It's going to go through a slight process, but once again, at the end of it, we'll connect to the database, and then we'll officially work to establish a foothold and actually start to retrieve information from the database. So I know, like last time, okay, there it is. Okay, I was impatient. It didn't take but a little time, but you know, YouTube time is valuable. So now that we're on the database, let's go through some basic database commands that you can run, okay? Because you want to retain this. You don't want to just go through this exercise and just check a box. You're actually trying to learn these. So make sure you take the time to absorb the commands so that you can remember them, or at least be able to go back and find them. So the commands that we need to understand is show. And in this case, we're going to do show database. And then it always has to have a semicolon at the end of it. Semicolon indicates the termination or the end of that command. If you don't put a semicolon, it's going to give you another line and say, what do you want me to do? Okay. So by doing that, all right. So at this point, we just did show, and it shows the, what did we get out of this command? You have errors in your SQL syntax. Okay. So we did something wrong. So let's try this again. Show databases. Okay. With an S on it. Okay. That's what we're supposed to see. And so for the sake of this exercise, we're going to attack the Hack the Box database. So now that we've shown a database, we need to select which database we're going to use. So you type use HTB. And at this point, you can see the actual prompt change from none to it has HTB in front of, like, in between the brackets. So now this means that we're actually using the Hack the Box database. And so now we want to show the tables, semicolon. Press enter. So now we see we have two tables on the server. So at this point, we want to exploit those tables. And so this is where we start to run what's called SQL or structured query language commands. SQL commands are commands that we use to query the database, and I guess they have a structure. Okay. I don't know fully if that's what that means, but I do know what the query part indicates. So that being the case, we're going to write our first SQL command. So we're going to select asterisk from, and you choose the table name, which is in this case config. Press enter. You know what I forgot? I forgot my semicolon, so you can put it on the next line, and that's going to pull information. And look what we have. There is actually the flag right there. So we can double click and highlight that. We can Control Shift C the flag, and at this point we can go and let's fill out the rest of these together. Okay, so take a moment, hang around, let's finish the exercise. So the acronym SQL stands for Structured Query Language. And it's going to appear in green because I've completed this. During our scan, which port running MySQL do we find? 3306. What community developed MySQL version is the target running? It's MariaDB. What switch do we need in order to specify a login username for the MySQL service? It's going to be -u. Which username allows us to log into the MariaDB without providing a password? That is root. What symbol can we use within the query that we want to display everything inside the table? That's going to be the asterisk. It's literally the answer right there. What symbol do we need to end each query with? That was a semicolon. And we've already submitted the flag. And well, congratulations. That's another box down on your journey to becoming a hacker. To be honest, you're already a hacker, but it's different levels to everything. And what you want to become is a good hacker or an advanced hacker. And right now, we're just all script kiddies. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Leave your questions in the bottom, and please provide me with feedback how these tutorials can be better. But anyway, if you not have liked and subscribed, please consider doing so. It really helps. Give me a thumbs up. That really helps with the algorithm, and I'll see you on the next video.